Hey guys, my name is Kiralee. This video is for SPE 205, Biomechanics and Movement Analysis, Assessment 2, Critique of Technology. Today I'm going to be critiquing the Garmin Forerunner 735 watch with regards to assessing stride length and cadence in running. The reason I have chosen this piece of technology is due to me actually owning the device myself. I use it to assess my own running training goals. At the moment I am training for a 10k run with a time goal of 51 minutes. This critique will focus on how the Garmin Forerunner 735 can assess cadence and stride length, the reliability of the technology, cost benefits, and the pros and cons of the technology. So, running combines two of Newton's three laws to generate linear motion. The second law of acceleration, is the relationship between force, mass, and acceleration. So, the greater the force pushing the runner forward, the greater the acceleration in a horizontal position. So, this is helped when the runner leans forward and the center of mass moves to the front with the point of contact, causing more of a forward horizontal gravitational pull. Newton's third law of reaction: for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. When the runner's foot contacts the ground, the amount of downward force is met with an equal and opposite force from the ground force reaction. This force propels the runner in a vertical position, helping them overcome gravity. So the runner also experiences resistive forces such as frictional force, which is generated a bit between the runner's foot when pushing backwards on the ground, creating forward propulsion and balance. So the runner also experiences drag resistance from airflow and gravitational pull, which is pulling down straight on the runner when they are upright and running. So I've got a diagram here for the forces that the runner experiences. So we've got gravity pushing down on the runner when they are upright. We've got the air resistance. We've got propulsion from the ground force reaction, and we've got friction at the bottom here. So with the Garmin Forerunner 735, I am using this to assess stride length and cadence. Stride length is the distance between successive points of initial contact of the same foot, and cadence is the number of steps per minute. So again, I've got another diagram here. So here we've got a gait cycle of running. So we've got your stride length up top, so initial contact to initial contact. And then cadence is obviously how many steps per minute. So this device is useful as it can simply be worn on the wrist, and the runner that is being assessed can easily go for a run without it getting in the way or causing the runner to unconsciously change their style of running due to being observed or even in the laboratory setting. So once a runner has gone for the run, the data then can be synced to the Garmin Connect app, which I have right here. So if you've got any sort of smartphone, you can sync and pair the watch with the Garmin Connect app. So this one right here. So it's available on all smartphones. The Garmin app, it lists all the running dynamics such as average run cadence, max run cadence, average stride length, average speed, and many more dynamics that you can look at. The Garmin app does all the mathematical equations, leaving data which is easy to understand and translate. So if the runner doesn't have a coach or a sports scientist with them, the runner can easily read the data and know that, okay, I've done this many steps per minute, or this is how big my stride length is. So the Garmin Forerunner 735 has a built-in accelerometer, GPS, and GLONASS, so Global Navigation Satellite System. These features are what Garmin use to calculate stride length and cadence. The accelerometer in the watch works by counting one complete swing of the arm as 2 steps. So studies from various scientific bodies such as the Department of Health Science and Technology, the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy, conducted reliability and validity experiments of the Garmin's measurements of stride length and cadence, vertical oscillation, ground contact time, and heart rate. The Journal of Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy found small discrepancies with baseline cadence and high cadence from the Garmin compared to a motion capture system, while the Department of Health Science conducted similar experiments to the Journal of Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy and found that the watch technology was fairly valid and reliable when compared to the XSense NVN link. They suggested interpretation caution with vertical oscillation and ground contact time data. So the Garmin watch came about due to one of the software engineers, Claudette, having an idea to strap the GPS unit to her wrist while she was testing lightweight GPS navigators for climbers. She discovered that the device did a good job tracking speed and distance and thought, let's try it on runners to deliver GPS-derived pace and distance all on their wrist. So the first Garmin Forerunner 201 came out in 2003. I have a photo of it right here. So quite chunky compared to the other Garmin that they've got going. So depending on the distance you're running, athletes running longer distances such as half marathon and marathons will choose to wear this watch, as this allows the runner to monitor their pace, heart rate, overall time, and follow and implement any strategies that they've put in place for the race. Sprinters, on the other hand, wouldn't need to wear this watch, as the race is over within a matter of seconds. But they can utilise the watch during training sessions, so they can check their splits, check their heart rate, and assess the data. So even if their coach isn't available to record that for them, they can bring up the Garmin Connect app or just look at the watch and be able to understand what they've just done. So the Garmin Forerunner can be worn in competitive races. It wouldn't interfere with the officials or disrupt the spectators' experience. The only issue with the watch would be the finishing time listed on the watch. This wouldn't be taken as the official timing of the event. The time erected by the event team would be the official time. So the Garmin Forerunner 735 can easily be used in the field or laboratory setting. The watch is lightweight and highly portable, allowing the sports scientists to travel with the device, strap the watch to the runner's wrist, and test cadence and stride length without any interference. Hiring of a running coach, either online or in person, starts from about $35 a month all the way up to $400 a month. The current cost of a Garmin Forerunner 735 is $499 and readily available for purchase at all major retailers such as JB Hi-Fi, Rebel Sport, and even from Garmin's website. So there are many pros and cons to the Garmin Forerunner 735. We'll start with the pros. The Garmin Forerunner 735s allows the individual runner the ability to monitor average speed, distance, and cadence in real time with just a quick look at the wrist. The runner can make adjustments to either increase or decrease just stride length and cadence depending on what the watch is displaying. The Garmin doesn't interfere with the athlete's performance. The device is lightweight, portable, and the athlete will barely notice that it's on their wrist. This allows the sports scientist or the coach to be mobile with the device and not rely on a laboratory setting for obtaining running data. The coach and sports scientist can also get real-time data when they sync the device with the Garmin Connect app. The Garmin Forerunner s332279 can also obtain more data such as ground contact time balance, ground contact time, vertical oscillation, and vertical ratio through an additional Garmin product called the Running Dynamics Pod. Again, this device can be paired with the Garmin Connect app and give you real-time data. So another real good positive about the Garmin Forerunner is that it does all the mathematical equations for you. So while you're on your run, you don't have to worry about trying to record how many steps you're doing per minute, or the length of, or trying to work out the length of your stride length after going for the run. It's done all for you. So some cons to the Garmin Forerunner would be the athletes becoming too reliant on the device. They stop listening to their body, and this can cause them to overtrain, which then can lead to injury. But yeah, they become too reliant on the watch and don't really know how to pick up on what the pace they're running at or how many steps per minute. So just a bit of a downside to the watch. Overall, the Garmin Forerunner 735 is a great device to measure certain running dynamics such as stride length and cadence. Experiments have shown that the data the watch obtains is reliable and valid and can be used in scientific settings. The device can be used by anyone, not just a sports scientist or coach. The data can be synced with any smartphone, which can download the Garmin Connect app, and the data is really easy to read and understand. Thanks, guys.